Hello and welcome back to Rollercoaster Tycoon, where we are looking at the last frontier, the only small tiny bit remaining in the park that has not been filled with rides. And we are going to change that. We're going to change that quite a lot. By the way, guys, do you see this over here? I just now noticed this purple dress hanging down from the ceilings for only like the first time. That's apparently on every... Well, can you imagine that? I've only just now noticed this. Yeah. Speaking about being blind, huh? Anyway, so yeah, the last time we basically filled up the park with just regular good old filler rides that you also need because your park cannot exist just from coasters alone. You need the rest of the rides in the park as well, and we've built those. But that does mean a thing, which is we are now ready to... oh my goodness, look at the vandalism. What has happened here, man? Wow, is it bad? No, but as I was saying, it does mean that we are now ready for the ultimate ride. Not the penultimate, no, the ultimate ride. Both in what it is and in like what we need to build. At least under the precondition that the existing coaster, the Big Bang as we named it, is a valid ride for the park completion. You know? As in like it counts for the victory, meeting all the criteria and all that jazz. Wow, did you see all the vandalism? I am shocked, look at that. Goober McScooper, this is your time to shine, man. Look at the vomit everywhere, wow. Alright, good. Now guys, as I said, you know, the coaster that we're gonna build is, of course, the best ultimate coaster that there is. Money isn't the issue, so we might as well, and I think that, like, on a high place like this coaster fits like a charm. So, we'll remove this tree, have it be up till there. Of course, we're gonna go with maximum station length. At least as far as we can have trains, 3 times 8. And how long are they gonna be now? 3 times 8? We'll just cut it back till it says 2 times 7 or something. Yeah, alright, so that one piece, this is what is needed for the coaster, and the rest, it can all be cut away. Now, there is a thing to be said for, you know, this park being able to have like a few more of those filler rides that I just talked about. And sure, you know, that could be true. But we've been playing this park for quite a while. And I think it is about time that we wrap it up, you know, with like the ultimate coaster. The ultimate ride with the ultimate coaster and the ultimate ratings. Well, I'm not entirely sure about that one, because we've raised the bar significantly for ourselves, and I don't really feel like tweaking and tuning this coaster for like 4 hours just to get like the most insane result ever. So, you know, I'm already lowering the expectations a little bit, you know? Who knows? I mean, this is just too good to not do. No, but no, you know, maybe we'll do that, and maybe I'll make 2 videos of them and just do them online on like the same day. I don't know what was up with that yesterday, but for some reason I got the scheduling thing wrong. Don't really know what was up with that or where I was with my mind, but I was just like, hey, you know what? Let's put it on like the same day. Cause why not, right? Now, as you can see already, we're starting out with like a pretty atypical lift design for us. Because basically we're just spiraling up, and this is already a design that we don't do that often. Now, I believe this is pretty much everything in there, and it has... the only thing it doesn't have is vertical sections, but for the rest it also has barrel rolls. And barrel rolls are of course amazing. Look, they can be done like this, and then we could, for example, do this, and this is totally, absolutely a valid thing to do. Now, if we do it to the left, would that improve it? It would much improve it. Look. I think, for example, guys, that what we have here is a pretty cool starting section. And I also feel like you would not be amiss over here. I mean, you don't need to do much, but I just see vomit here everywhere. So I feel like it's a good idea to work on that, right? Now, we say we want an alright photo section. And I'm not entirely sure, but I believe that with this, if you then race it back to the start of the coaster, we will already have all the ratings that we need. Not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure, you know, it works like that. But it's not what we're gonna do though. We're gonna go down and like a drop there. You know what? Let's just race around here. Yeah, I know that there's a tree and that's in the way. I'm aware, game. I'm aware. Nice. I mean, mind you, we come from height 33, so over here we'll have great speed, but at height 33, that means that our speed currently is blazing, and if I recall right, then this coaster has like really insane speed retention. I'm not sure on that one though, but we'll see how it does, because I want a vertical loop in there. And this is what we're gonna do. Wait, this is what we're gonna do. I believe that lines us up right at the... Now, look, I believe helix up large. That's a non-compliance thing. Right, you know what we should probably do? What if we do a helix up large here? Alright, what if we pull it up like... Why is it not working out? I'm not seeing the right stuff here. Ah, I see what it is. Well, basically like too far off. Then a helix up large. Okay, so seeing how that's not working right now. Let me see what we can do here. I would love to go around this loop here, you know, that's just... It's kind of what I'm trying to aim for here. And, this is just to go through our own loop. Our speeds will be still pretty high, so we need to keep that in mind. No. We wouldn't have been able to go anywhere there anyway. Now this, guys, this is cool stuff. I like this. Oh, wait. One lower. Now I said something about blazing speeds, huh? Yeah. We have like blazing speeds as we come from height 13. So now let's just do like something like this, like a large. If we do this, we know for sure it will make it. Shall we not do that? And I kind of want to do a barrel roll as well. So as we come from height 33, speed right there should be good enough for a barrel roll. Oh, and of course, you know, the one thing that I did not expect to be in the way is going to be in the way, and that's the other coaster. Yeah, look, see? Of course. I mean, what if we just pull it back one? Barrel roll it, baby. Barrel roll. Nice. And then helix down small. And then a tree in the way. What if we do like a helix down large? And then say, okay, just leave the tracks as is. I think we would need to add like a straight piece in here. Yes. Would we be able to go into the underground here? Probably not. We can give the terrain a kiss, can't we? Now what we could do is return it to the station as we are currently heading straight towards it. But I feel like that would not do justice to the awesome that is this coaster. So shall we try and see? Let me add something cool to this. I think we should. And then maybe do like a launched lift hill first. To the right. Okay, let's do it to the left. That's not working because of only the terrain? It is only the terrain. Wow. Not entirely sure if it will make it. Is there... We don't really have an opportunity to fix that either, other than speeding through this barrel roll. We could do that, but let's first see if this one launch lift hill section that we have there is actually enough to do the trick, right? I mean, if it is, then we're golden. If it isn't, we'll have to figure something out. Like this. Steep like that. Now, if it makes it through this loop, then by definition, this should also be a possibility. We don't want to go too overboard with the special track sections, but at least we have like a full barrel roll. We have like 2 loops. I think we're hitting all the aces that we want. And also, if we wanted to, we could go with corkscrews on this one. You know what? Let's do a few. To the other side. Let's add in like a few corkscrews. And we'll do 2 consecutive. I don't want to ruin the beautiful looks of our Roman area that we've built. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like a helix down large. Helix down small. Helix down large. Which means removing you and then you, perhaps? Okay. Oh wait, that's a helix up. Dope. Dope. As a certain yellow cartoon man would have said. And then... Are we gonna do the same? No, we're gonna continue with the helix down large and then break out big, you know? Now, it will have picked up speed again. But we'll be happy enough to rid ourselves of it. Do a steep drop. Like a truly steep drop. Which just goes right down below the toilet, you know. And apparently also some trees that had the unfortunate state of things to be there. Now, I could be wrong, but yeah, I was about to say, like, that should work, right? Maybe you want to curve it out a little bit sooner. As right now, we are heading, like... Yeah, I think this is a good moment to say, right, let's go back, you know? back to the station. Now we're currently at height 15. And then that means that we can basically do like a helix down small, or like a helix down large. And then it would be much better for us if we managed to somehow get this to height 15, rather than having to do that with a small dent for a drop. So we'll just go like this. And then I believe if we go straight for just a little, and then continue to do so. Of course, there's all these bloody trees in the way. Booyah. Now the big question is this big loop. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna see if it makes it. We can only do the one mode. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one train. So if it goes backwards, I don't have these terrible crashing sounds. I mean, even if it doesn't matter if it crashes, because, well, it's test driving. There's no gas on it. Still, I don't like it crashing. So, and also the colors, yeah, about the colors. I think the track's pretty cool though. It has ups and downs, steep drops, loops, barrel rolls, twists and turns. It has all the good stuff. Will it make it though? Yeah, it will. It will. Pretty good. Solid so far. Around the thingy there. Good speeds. Pretty good through the loop, not too quick, not too extreme. That might have been a little bit too quick. We'll have to see how it goes. It seems alright actually. It might pick up the pace just enough to make it through. Like I said, I recall this coaster as retaining its speed incredibly well. But this large loop here is too much of it. Yeah. So what we'll have to do is, rather than... I mean, when it like... I think we can get away with something like... Yeah, it needs to be to the left though. Something like this. What if we do the half loop? Height 23. And it will... I think it would not be a bad idea to do like a launched lift hill here. And do a straight one. And then do the... maybe one higher up. And then do it to the left. No, but that's not enough. Alrighty, things become interesting. It's not a problem though, because of course we can... No, that is a problem though. What we can do though... Alright, change a plan. Now that's also misaligned by one. But we're gonna have to change this. Let me do like the corkscrew thing. I don't like that though. I don't like that whole corkscrew thing being the way it is. Now we can't really cancel out the barrel roll there either. What we could do, guys, is... I mean, I don't intend to go underground here to do this loop. But what I've been thinking is like, what if we add a few launched lift hill sections? Because those do work. We've seen that. I just don't know if there will be enough to pick up the pace. Because it is quite a bit of pace it needs to pick up for. So if I do it to the left, it says roller coaster in the way. Already it would be in the way, and if I do it over here. Right, so just hold on a second. So it's basically saying like you need to be over here with your fancy curve thing. No, it's not saying that. I don't think that loop is gonna happen over there. I'm sorry guys, we're gonna have to axe the big loop. That's just the way of it. It's not gonna happen. I was afraid that might become the case, but that is how it's gonna be. So then what we can do is, rather than have like a steep drop, go down to height 14. Would we be able, if we, I think we lose too much ground. So basically it has to be the most boring ever like that. Okay. Well, that's not exciting, is it? Oh man. Alright, fine. You know, if that is what it takes, fine. That is what it takes. Sacrifices have to be made, and that is what we're doing right now. Sacrificing. Right, so we know it will make it all the way up till here. You know, this is not the issue, really. It's more like, okay, how's it gonna do afterwards? That's the big question. So it starts out here. Okay, so we only have like 1.5 loop now, but we do have a few corkscrews and a barrel roll. If it has the length, I'm pretty sure that this coaster will be alright. But of course, it would have been much better with a loop. Let's face it. Vertical G's look alright, yeah. Not too bad, nothing too crazy, nothing too high. Also over there, nothing too high. Pretty solid speeds through the barrel roll. I couldn't figure out that word. Oh, now this is interesting. Okay. Look at what happened over here then. So what does this tell me? It tells me that we need to fix this a little bit. And rather than, what we should do is we should add like a lift. And then we do like a launched lift hill. Because the lift will pick up the train regardless. My goodness. So we actually need it to be like this. Alright. Interesting. But the thing is, why we do the lift first is because the lift will pick up the train and the launched lift hill will accelerate it. But I'm afraid that if we do the launched lift hill first, that because it's almost at a stop, it might not catch on enough, you know? And the lift will just be like, the moment it attaches, it's like, tack, done. You know, it can't go backwards. And I'm afraid that with this, it might be. That's based on absolutely nothing, but you know, there you have it. Now speeds should be just fine. Also, just as a precaution, we're gonna charge the full $7. Because I do not care about how rich the guests are. We're just gonna make them pay regardless. Nice. Alright, and then the barrel roll, pretty good. Now the good thing as well about this coaster is, even if you don't build such a crazy long track, the capacity on it, I mean, this is just a money machine. Like, there is no other. Look at that. It doesn't accelerate it only till over the lift. And that gives it just enough speed. I think that was a good move. Because it only really started pushing it once like the front end was over it, you know? And I think if it was just the front that would have gone over it, I think it would not have gone through. Because the large lift hill only accelerates a train that already has some pace, and one that's like just being pushed on, you know, by a chain is not. It's not enough to accelerate it on its own. Maybe if we had like a one-car train, maybe then it would have been. But I don't think on its own it would have been able. Now, we're not gonna wait for the ratings, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna check if the length is good enough. And if it is, then it is. And it's already, just hold on. Because I want this to, wow, do you see this? Like, roller coaster train with raised seating, simple lap restraints, non-looping, floorless roller coaster train. Look at the train options over here. You have like the regular roaster, 4 across seating, stand up, 3 and 7, floorless, 3 and 8, and no floor, and the standard roller coaster. I don't know what any of these do, but shall we try and see that we do like the floorless? I mean, we could open it up for like just the one, and then basically be good. I mean, unless right now it becomes way too extreme. Now, by the way, shouldn't it be like the fact that because we have this in the park right now and we know the ratings, that we should complete it, or do we need to keep it for a little bit? It might be the latter, you know, but it could also be that our Big Bang coaster isn't counting for the total amount. If that's the case, then that's easily fixed. We just build another roller coaster. Anyway, what we're gonna name this one is we're gonna call this. Yeah, let's not call it this, but let's call it this. Pentax Pendulum. That seems like a pretty solid and cool name for an awesome coaster. Now, I mean, I might be missing something here, but these are trains with no floor? Like, really? No floor? I don't know, but I really do see a floor, so I don't really know how that works out, you know, but still, the thing is cool. Maybe the no floor thing should have like way more looping tracks and whatnot. Maybe. As far as the G's go though, there is like a bit of a high spike here. This is like the worst of it. And I believe that is like right over here. Yeah, it's this bit here, you know, the start of these helixes, because that's what you see here. So we do attack them at a little bit too high pace. Well, I think it's all manageable, you know. Now we've seen that this was an 8 and this was something else, but if it's now too extreme, then we know that this is just a bad train type, basically. It's taking way longer to calculate too. Right, in the meantime, what we're gonna do is we're gonna give these a color. Ooh. Do we dare? I mean, maybe should we do something as toxic as this? I don't think so. We're not. We're also, I mean, there's plenty of red over here in this section of the park anyway. We'll have this be more like this. Oh look, we did it! Yay! Nice! We have achieved victory, ladies and gentlemen. And who? Oh, there. Then damage did that. Nice. Nice. So the thing I've learned here is that it did count. You know, this coaster with its cut up sections, it actually counted. It also means that we have the ratings here, and it's actually, it seems that the floorless coaster is actually better. So next time we release, we're gonna take this Florida's train. Nice, this is good to know. Are we gonna stick with these colors for the train? I think so. So guys, what we have here then is a nice park, fully completed. Now, granted, there is quite a bit of space, and if I wanted to, we could add a few more things here and there. We could give everything like a touch of scenery. But to be honest, I mean, I quite like this park, but I don't really feel like time-lapsing. So we're not gonna do that, and I'm not just gonna add some stupid scenery. I think we kept this park in good shape, you know. Not doing anything about this coaster was the worst decision ever. But we stuck with it, you know, and we stood with it, and we made our choices, and, well, you know, didn't come back on them. Because that's the way we play, you know. And what I also really liked was the added challenge of only doing coasters with trains. Now, if I have to choose, like, what I think is, like, the coolest coaster design, I must say that this one's pretty up there, you know? This, the one that we just built, the Pentax Pendulum. I also really like the wooden coaster that we have here. That's a really good design. This stand-up one is the worst I've designed. I think I can say that, like, pretty safely. I also don't really like this one, even though it has like some cool track features. I think it goes up too high. It's a bit too much up there, you know. So it's not a good design. Despite me, I really like this. Is like, ooh yeah, you know, talking about specialties in the track. And yeah, same is true for this pink one. It's not a really good design. Kind of like the green one though. That looks wild. But then there's this air-powered one, the Terra Firma Fiddler. Oh man, it looks good. Besides, you know, I just said that I wasn't gonna do scenery. I did scenery! Look at it here. And I think, with this beauty on our screen, I say, join me next time, when we play more Rollercoaster Tycoon.